Hello and welcome to Watch Maxie's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show. I had the very exclusive opportunity to have a hands-on look onto the new Sinn novelties for the spring 2023. And when I say exclusive, I really do mean exclusive. I had a one-to-one meeting with the marketing vice president and had really enough time to have a look at all the novelties. It was a quite spontaneous meeting, so it's a little bit shaky, and I drove there with just a small equipment, but it's a really nice and live first impression which I want to share with you now. The first watch I want to share with you is the U1 Black with the mother of pearl style. When I first talked about the watch a couple of days ago when I presented the novelties as an overview video, I said I don't think that the jewelry material mother of pearls really fits to the tool watch character of a U1, and as a basic statement I stick to that, but with the live impression I had, I have to say it is a real good fit. It fits to the watch. It supports the watch, although I think it divides the crowd. It is not as easy as I thought it could be. By the way, as you can see here today, as an exclusive offer, subscription and like completely free of charge. So if not yet done, subscribe to my channel in order not to miss any of my future videos. And I think there gotta be some more in English on this channel. The second watch I want to share with you is the U50 with the scratched dial. In German it's Deko Schliff. And as you can see here, it's a kind of cross design compared to last year. Last year we had the U50 with the mother of pearls and the U1S. No, the U50 with the mother of pearls and the U1S with the scratched dial. This year it's completely vice versa. The U50 is a absolutely great watch. I really do love it, and with that color composition of the grail scratch dial and the gray case, I really do like it and appreciate it. Well, other than the two watches with the features mother of pearls and scratch dial, Sinn introduced a completely new line, and that's the T50. At a first glance I thought it's a U50 with just a different set of hands. But if you have a closer look, you see there are more differences than that. Of course, the first thing is you see the different hands, but secondly, the whole case is made from titanium grade 5. And the bezel is a very special bezel. It's not the usual bezel, the unidirectional bezel, which you're used to see on diving watches. It is a security bezel which you have to push down in order to be able to turn it. And when you release it, it is locked, so you can't turn it when it's released. In order to turn it, you have to push it down. This watch comes in 3 different variations. You have seen the full titanium model, and here you can see the bicolor version with the gold bronze turning bezel. It is a material for which Sinn has a patent. It's a 12.5% pure gold in it, and it's just made from 3 different components. Absolutely, totally anti-allergic, and the material has a slower aging process compared to the standard bronze models. And the third one is the full bronze model, which is sold out at Sinn. So if you want one, you have to go to the ADs or depots. Prices range from around 3,300 euro for the standard one up to about 4,000 for the gold bronze turning bezel and 5,000 for the sold out full bronze metal. The U1 Black with the mother of pearl style really divides the crowd. I think the chosen variation of the mother of pearls fits the watch, but it's still, for me, it's not a perfect match to a tool watch. but I really do understand why some people like it. I'm not yet decided. I've seen it repeatedly. I've seen it over a couple of years. I've seen it on the 556 mother of pearls, and none of the watches really convinced me, but it attracts me. Whenever I see it, I have to have a closer look. I need to look onto it, but never the trigger was pulled to buy one. But I'm undecided, actually, so it's neither love nor hate. Here you can see the comparison between the T50 on the left side and the U50 on the right side. Actually, the T50 appears to be a little bit smaller. This video angle makes it look differently because I'm filming a little bit from the left, but on my wrist the T50 appears to be smaller than the U50, and a couple of collector friends and employees at Sinn confirmed that impression, that the U50 appears to be a smaller men's watch and the T50 looks a little bit like a bigger ladies' watch, if you want to put it that way. And I think there are two different main reasons why this is the case. On the one hand, the T50 has a slightly curved sapphire crystal, which changes the look when you look directly from the top down to the watch with the curved sapphire crystal. And the second is the bezel, which is different. By the way, after having the U1 for over 10 years, I identified that the bezel a little bit stands over the case when I looked at the T50 and thought this would be unique. And then we had a look at the U50 and U1, and it's exactly the same. But why does it look different? Well, the T50 has a bezel which needs to be pushed down, so the gap between the case and the bezel is a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, so it's more obvious compared to the U1 and U50. The millimeter or friction of a millimeter which the bezel stands over the case is exactly the same compared to the U50 or U1, but it is more obvious due to the slightly bigger gap caused by the spring mechanism to push down the bezel. Amazing. Having had the U1 for more than 10 years, I never noticed it. It was necessary to see the T50 in order to see that the bezel stands over a little bit over the case. Really amazing. By the way, this security bezel is a great feature which had been introduced with the T1 and T2. And now we have it in the T50. The lineup of titanium grade 5 divers watches at the Sinn all share the same security bezel, which is a really great invention. On the back side you can see the case shape is about the same, but the engravement is different from the U50 to the T50. The U50 has a bold U50 500 meter engravement, while the T50 is a little bit cleaner from the back side. Here you see the lineup of the 3 new T50 models on the new textile straps. The textile straps are on the more expensive side. They cost about €50 each, but they are absolutely premium quality. They have 2 layers. The first keeper is sawed in between the 2 layers. It's not just sawed fixed to the outer layer. So it's really great quality. If you're ready to spend $50, you get a really premium cloth strap. Oh my gosh, cloth strap for your watch. I really do like it. So if I'm going for a cloth strap, I either go for a canvas or I'm happy to spend the €50 for the Sinn straps, which are great. Here you see the completely sold out gold bronze model, which isn't as light as the titanium models. It's levels up to the U50, 1 or 2 gram difference, so it's not a lightweight, but it's a really nice watch. And what I noticed, the gold bronze of Sinn is a little bit darker. It's more on the red side of bronze compared to the standard bronze color tones I'm used to. And here you have the scratch dial, which is a perfect fit. The matte black dial, which you can see here, is easier to read, has a better contrast. Talking about contrast, the T50 is a completely monochrome design when it comes to dial. There is no color accent. We have black, matte black dial. We have white hands, white markers, which are easy to read. And we have the gray line of T50, which makes it a decent watch, not a loud watch. And I personally like the monochrome designs, but I've heard some voices that they would have appreciated a red second hand or some kind of color accent on the watch, at least with the standard model, which has not the gold bronze tone on either the bezel or the whole watch case. I personally do like it. It's absolutely great, and it completely supports the purpose of a diver's watch, which means 100% focus on telling the time, giving us great contrast and nothing which distracts from this main function. So it's a tool watch in the best possible sense, and I do like it. The gold bronze, the patented gold bronze material mix Sinn uses, has a pure gold share of 12.5%. It ages slowly, meaning slower than standard bronze. It's not going as green as some kind of bronze mixes go, and it is easy to clean and refresh. Sinn delivers a special cloth for that. So if you like the tone but you don't like the aging process of bronze, it's not as harsh as with other material mixes if you go for that one. But it is expensive. The step up from the standard T50 to the gold bronze turning bezel, it is about 700 plus euro just for the change of the bezel, and that is absolutely a bold statement. But if I had to go for one, and if the T50 wasn't too small on my wrist, I personally probably would go for the gold bronze Drehring, gold bronze turning bezel, which is my favorite watch of the Sinn 2023 novelties. Leave a comment in the section what you think about the novelties. Stay safe, enjoy your watches, and look forward to my next videos. So long, cheers, Axel.